Do you feel like your dog will only perform cues for you when he or she knows that you have treats available? We're going to talk about some possible reasons why this might be happening, and we'll also discuss some solutions. One of the reasons why our dogs might expect treats before they perform a behavior is because we might have been bribing them. There's nothing really wrong with bribing per se, but if we do it too much, then like I said, the dog might expect the treat first. On the left is an example of me bribing Pudding to come away from her smell. I should have asked for her to leave it and then gave her the treat for coming away from the smell, but instead I used the treat at her nose to get her to come away from the smell. Now on the right, I asked for the behavior first. I asked for a high five and then I treat her. So we want to try to work on rewarding our dogs versus bribing our dogs. Sometimes, even though we wait for the performed behavior before giving the treat, we are still giving our dog cues that a treat is coming. We might have our hand stuck in our treat bag while we're asking for the behavior. We might crinkle plastic that's in the treat bag. Sometimes even wearing the treat bag is a hint to our dogs that treats are coming. You know that salient cues can be a problem. What are some solutions? We can try wearing the treat bag at all times, with or without treats. That way the dog doesn't know when treats are going to be happening. Or it might be as simple as placing the treat bag behind your back so it's not noticeable. Or maybe a safari vest or a dog training vest, because it has so many pockets the dog doesn't know where the treat is going to be coming from. We can also stash treats. Ask for behavior, treat comes off the counter. Ask for behavior, treats comes out of the dresser. Ask for behavior, treat comes out of the refrigerator. And something I saw in Kathy Sadeo's DVD and in a book by Gail Fisher on clicker training is to stash food outside. So when you're on your walk, if a dog performs the desired behavior, you can reach up in the tree and pull a treat down. They refer to it as a hamburger tree. But in the video, I just put a piece of meat in the tree before I bring my dog out on the trail. Luring is a really great dog training method. It's so much better than physical manipulation or modeling, which we should avoid. But the problem with luring is if we don't fade the food lure soon enough, pretty soon the dog will be expecting the food every time. So just a couple of times we might use a lure, lower it to the ground to ask our dog to lay down, then release the treat. Then we just lure with an empty hand and then feed from the opposite hand. And then eventually we take that lured hand and we turn it into or shape it into a hand signal. And then we still treat the dog once the behavior is performed. And in the video, you'll see Pudding following my empty hand to get into the position that I desire. And you'll also see her following my hand to lay down. And then I provide the treat after she performs the behavior. I don't hold the treat in front of her nose to get her to do it. So we've looked at 3 possible issues that might cause a dog to only work when we have food on us. Tell us about some other issues that you may have thought of in the comments below. Also ask any questions that you might have in the comments section. And just remember that it's okay to use treats when training. Our dogs have to eat anyway. Why not use some of that food to reward behaviors that we like?